Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 in our European Journeyman series at Leverkusen. Now last time out we managed to recover our form even further. We now have 6 consecutive victories since changing the tactic, and based on one of the suggestions by you guys out there, I have made a further change. We've moved one of the attacking midfielders or shadow strikers into an out-and-out complete forward, which is where Castro and Lewis play best. We're going to give this a trial for a couple of games. I'm worried that it might change the way that we attack overall, because obviously before we had a flat front three sitting much deeper. Castro is then going to push the defence further back, which might create a bit more room in the middle, but I'm a little bit wary of making this change. But given we've won our last 6, I feel like we're entitled to make a little bit of a change ahead of this game. Now today we're going to be taking on Stuttgart at home before then facing Panathinaikos, Hoffenheim and Dortmund. So plenty to look forward to. That game against Dortmund is going to be quite a big one for us. And the team for this match is going to be Castro playing up front as the out-and-out striker. Havertz and Nachtigall, who did so well on his debut, is in just behind him, with Betty and Doumbia in the centre. Then it's Mikulacak, Traub, Rukas, Jensch and Henriks in the back 5, with Leno in goal. Brunel with the free kick, our former player, and it is claimed by Leno. Remember, recently we did concede a goal from a penalty when Leno came to claim a ball but failed to actually get to it. Here's Betty onto Nachtigall. He's trying to put it over the top. Castro's hunting the defender down, but it's not quite worked out. Here's Paulsen onto Buba. Paulsen back to Buba. Now Di Pietro onto Mbala. Not a lot of options for him, and Doumbia has robbed him of the ball and played Castro through in the same move. Castro in a good position but can't beat the keeper. Well, there's just 15 minutes left, and despite all the chances we've had, we've not been able to break Stuttgart down. We've reverted back to the flat front 3 in that shadow striker position, but it looks like this game's going to peter out into absolutely nothing for us, which is really frustrating. Very few real chances created by the team. Stuttgart with just 1 shot in the entire game. Here's a late free kick for them with Mbala. They just send it back to the defender. And that is the full-time whistle. It's a bore draw in every sense. 0-0. Only that one chance for Castro in the beginning. And it means that we start this episode off with points dropped. And that means that we are no longer in the top 4. Well, we're back in Champions League action, which is a competition we've done very well in so far, with 3 straight victories, and beating Panathinaikos today could actually see us qualify with 2 games to spare in such a tough group. Now we are going to revert back to that Robben's right foot tactic, which means that Castro drops to the bench. He didn't really impress me in that last game anyway, so I want to sit him out. It means that Havertz, Enriquez and Nachtigall are the 3 up front, with Betty and Mikulacak in the middle. Then it's Douglas Santos back at left back, with Traub, Rukas and Jensch in the middle, Henriks at right back and Leno in goal. Betty puts the ball into the middle. It comes out to Enriquez. Betty again, he's got a good delivery if he needs to. He puts it in low, and there's Havertz to tuck the ball home. His 2nd of the season, and we lead in Greece. Havertz with the ball. Sends it back to Betty. Schiel. Betty, Enriquez. Back to Mikulacak. Now Nachtigall finds Enriquez again, who finds the back of the net. Enriquez can definitely finish a chance. It's 2-0. Castro's free kick finds Carlu. Bernardo onto Fontaine. Brenet tackled by Betty. Brennett's been injured in that tackle as well. Havertz with the ball down the line to Betty again. He finds Enriquez stepping inside, back to Mikulacak. Schiel in a good area, puts it in, and Enriquez finishes it for 3-0. I think Panathinaikos might be unhappy that they had a man get injured in that move, but we have comfortably moved ahead. Just 15 minutes left here. Havertz with a cruncher of a tackle from behind there, but apparently winning the ball. Rukas sends it forward to Henriks. You can see in the stats just how much we've dominated today. It's Bailey. Back to Fink. He finds Schiel. Cutting in from the left. Onto Enriquez. Ball into Bailey, who's just absolutely fluffed that opportunity. Johansson. Back to Campos. Ribeiro. Down the line, but Jensch with an excellent interception. He then plays it forward to Enriquez. We've got a counter-attack on. Bailey to his right, has picked up the ball. He then cuts inside. Bailey goes for goal and just puts it over the bar. About 10 seconds left for us to play out here, but we are going to win our 4th consecutive Champions League group stage match. Still got games against Inter Milan and Real Madrid to go, which are going to be very tough, but we've absolutely done the job today, getting a crucial win in a difficult place there in Greece. And that win, coupled with the result in the other match, means that we are 6 points clear of both Inter Milan and Real Madrid. 1 point will win us this group. Well, before we have the international break, we do need to try and get back in league action and winning ways away against Hoffenheim. If we have a look at the table ahead of these fixtures, you'll see we're sitting in 5th place, 7 points off Hamburg, but 1 point clear of Bayern Munich at the moment still, which is good news for us. I think we can hunt down the teams above us. It's about keeping Bayern off our back going forward, and hopefully with this formation we can carry on cracking out good results, because the defensive side of this formation is phenomenal. It's just about whether we can get our front three scoring goals, and the January transfer window will be crucial towards that end. Now, the team we're putting out there today is a bit of a makeshift one that's very tired ahead of the break, but we're going to be playing with Castro, Havertz and Nachtigall up front, with Fink and Doumbia in the middle. Then it's Mikulacak, Traub, Schiel, Jensch and Geis across the back 5, and Leno in goal. Havertz through to Nachtigall. There's Castro. Good touch, good shot there, but it's hit the woodwork and come back. I thought it might be going for the top corner, but it was just a bit too high. Mikulacak with the throw. Fink heads it back to him. Sent into the middle for Castro. He puts the ball into Nachtigall, in on goal, but can't finish the effort, and it is cleared away. Jensch forward to Doumbia. Fink, Castro, Havertz, Mikulacak, there's ball over the top there. He finds Castro with a through ball, but it's saved by Braman. Well, it's nearly half time and we're still not made the breakthrough, but Mikulacak wins the ball. Here's Havertz to Fink. Looking for the ball over the top to Havertz. He's got a man over. He finds Nachtigall, who finds the top corner. His 2nd professional goal. And he's given us another crucial lead, just like he did with his first. Iter with the ball, still in this first half. It's come to Luka in a good position. His effort has somehow gone in. Leno must be saving that shot, but Luka Jovic has just absolutely stuck us when we thought we were home and dry for half time. 20 minutes left and we have still not got our lead back, and here come Hoffenheim on the attack. Charging through the middle of our pitch. Here's Martin. He's tackled by Perrin, but he can't keep the ball. This time Fink wins it well. Enriquez to Doumbia. Good counter-attacking move. Havertz. Ball through to Doumbia. Onto Nachtigall. And it's saved on the line. Nachtigall follows it up. He's still got possession. Puts it in. Havertz's shot is blocked and it is cleared away. We're pushing forward for the winner as Geis puts the corner in. Traub's in there in the middle, but the ball just cleared straight back out for another corner. I'm not even sure what happened there, but I think Geis will take the next one as well. He's looking for the back post, and it's in! We've managed to get there. The keeper completely missed it, and Lucas Rukas, of all people, has managed to put the ball in the back of the net and give us hope of 3 more points. Just over a minute of added time left as this ball is played forward. We just need to hold out in the defence. Here's Fink. Puts the ball through to Enriquez. Havertz. Down the line for Perrin, who gets to the ball. He's got 3 at the back stick. It comes to Enriquez, and he makes sure 3-1. We're going to take all 3 points away from Hoffenheim. Well, there's the full-time whistle. A very good performance from the team away from home, getting us some more points on the board, and they are going to be crucial as this season goes on. We're back up to 4th place, at least temporarily. 5 points off Hamburger, who drew with Freiburg. Ahead of the final game of this episode, you might be able to tell that our team has taken an absolute battering on the international break. So many of our first team players are reported back at 70 or 80% fitness, which is incredible, and it's because we're playing on a Friday evening. I don't understand how that's been allowed to happen, given that a lot of these players would play just 1 or 2 days ago on the international break, which means that we've got a team who is playing almost entirely out of position. And we just have to hope that Dortmund are in the same position. Now for this one, we are going to be playing with Nachtigall, Castro and Lewis up front. Havertz and Fink are in their usual positions in the middle, with Perrin having to play at left wing back and Douglas Santos at right wing back. It's then Mikulacak, Jensch and Schiel in the back 3. So nobody in our back 5 is playing where they would normally play. Leno is in goal. Well, we're just kicked off the second half and it's the first highlight of the game. A good tackle there in midfield, but again Dortmund pick up the ball. It's been very even this game, although we have dominated possession. But here are Dortmund with Dahoud, back to Marino. Srenkovic to Dahoud. Borges over the top, and it's come into Dortmund's path. They've absolutely finished that brilliantly. Sapoznikov, I think, is the name of the player, and that's the first highlight of the game, and it's seen us fall 1-0 down. Free kick from Douglas Santos, sent towards the back post. Shiel arriving onto Mikulacak, but the flag is up. He looked offside, and it's been confirmed. It remains 1-0. Jatsi with the free kick into Marino. Weigl. Borges. Ball out to Ajazi again. Now Dahoud, double tackle there from our team. Perrin with an absolute hospital back pass, but Leno gets it away, thankfully. Here's Mikulacak onto Havertz. Mikulacak again to Perrin. We're looking to make a few changes immediately after this highlight. Here's Naktegal, who loses the ball. Borges over to Sapoznikov, and Shiel, who I'm about to substitute off, has just flung in on a two-footed tackle. Oh, with 10 minutes to go, we made our changes and we've since picked up an injury after 3 substitutions, which means we're now down to 9 men against Dortmund. This game has not gone at all well and they're cutting us open now. Hadji just finishing that chance off for 2-0. That's the end of the game for us. We've been absolutely destroyed by that international break. And there's just nothing we can do about it, really. The team is knackered. There's no way back in when you've lost 2 players and are down to 9 men. And here come Dortmund again with Hadji, making the most of the space, finding Treitl. He puts it over to Robles. Ball is cut out now. Havertz has it. He finds Castro. Naktegal running forward with the ball. Well, he's given the ball away there, and we've probably got 4 players back at this point. It's Sapoznikov going past one man, puts the ball in, and Aid does finish it for 3-0, and we've been absolutely humbled by Dortmund. Well, there's a full-time whistle. I don't think I've ever really been one to complain about the fixture sort of schedule, but that was really, really horrific. Making us play on the Friday after an international break that ended yesterday, is absolutely outrageous. And as always, the AI teams have much better fitness than we do after an international break. It always happens, and I have no idea why. But it means that we're now 6 points off Dortmund, and Hamburg can move 8 points clear of us with a win. Bayern can leapfrog us as well, and that is entirely down to the schedule and the fixture list as far as I'm concerned. We've got to play Real Madrid on the Tuesday, then we get a few days off before Mainz in the next episode. Then it's Nuremberg and Leipzig, taking us in towards that winter break period. Still another episode before we hit that winter break. I am looking at transfers. We desperately need to bring some new players in, and I've got a couple of targets identified. I'd expect 3 players to join us in January if I can find the right targets, but we absolutely desperately need them at the moment. But that is going to be it for this episode. Do drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed this excellent run of form up to that game against Dortmund. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, but until next time, see ya!